tell you what, Russia has just humiliated Britain in a way that's funny but frightening. You see, a couple of weeks ago, Britain's Labour government put out a big warning: shadow fleet set to be interdicted in US waters and latest blow to Russia. So I was going to say, Russia can't keep sending these shadow tankers, oil tankers, selling Russian oil, smuggling them past us to sell for huge money and then fund its war machine. We're going to stop it. Well, Vladimir Putin, the Russian dictator, has now sent Britain a big, excuse the language, FU. Have a listen to this.
We're in the middle of the channel, and this is a sanctioned Russian vessel. Her name's the Universal. She's travelled from Russia. She's currently sailing with an escort, a frigate, the Admiral Grogovich.
Yes, Russia sent a big oil tanker right through the English Channel, but this time with a Russian frigate to keep it company. Frightening stuff. Joining me from London each Thursday is Patrick Christie, star presenter at GB News. Patrick, that is what I call absolutely humiliating for Britain. It puts out a press release: we're going to stop them. And Russia says, yeah, you and whose army? Sends a Russian frigate this time as an escort to a tanker. What's the reaction been from your government?
Well, the reaction from the government has been absolutely nothing. They didn't even give us a comment last night. We reported this on GB News. It was an absolute shocker. The irony is that that Russian oil tanker has the words "safety comes first" written across the front of it, and they were being escorted down the English Channel by a Russian warship, and we did nothing about it. It's not like you can't track it. What you saw there was that the Daily Telegraph newspaper managed to track this Russian warship and thought, that's in the English Channel, and they went and took a look at it, and that's how you got that video. Our government did absolutely nothing. I mean, the Prime Minister was very, very quiet initially when President Trump said he was going to bomb Iran back to the Stone Age. And we were all thinking, where is Keir Starmer? It turned out he was on holiday in Spain. Then he flew back and we had pro-Iranian regime protests outside Downing Street. And he went missing. He hid under his desk as the world held its breath, preparing for Armageddon. Our Prime Minister was nowhere to be seen, just recoiling in a puddle of himself in Downing Street. And this is, now we've got this Russian warship. It's just absolutely bonkers. But the reason why Russia feels so emboldened about this is that we only have one working Navy destroyer. So, Britannia rules the waves, sadly no longer. It took a month to get that warship to Cyprus after Hezbollah bombed our base on Cyprus. It's already had to go into maintenance because there's a problem with the water supply on the ship. And our defence secretary, when interviewed last week, had no idea how many ships we actually have. And this has got echoes of, remember when Trump said he was going to invade Greenland, and we were told we're sending British troops to Greenland. Our government sent one British military officer to Greenland, so he kind of just put boots on the ground, didn't he? Really, not boots. It was just absolutely shocking. But yeah.
Yeah, Patrick, I think you're jumping to conclusions because I'm going to reserve judgment on that until I see this massive.
Shalom, shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kwadash, the Manas the Elder, and the Apostles of the Mason, who do well, a peace, a blessing, and salutation to you, Aki, and more pushing these truths to the four winds of the heaven, being at the forefront of this spiritual war, to make sure Jerusalem is established as a praise. Here on yes again, as in the days of old. So it's your brother Yeshaya coming back, which is his lessons. And then today's lesson, as usual, we are going to do a geopolitical commentary on the Great Britain. It's ironic that it is called the Great Britain, man. It ain't great. There's nothing great about the Britain, man. You see? Even Europe, man. Europe is very thin, man. On the actual map, man, when you go on the 18th century map, Europe is thin, man. It's a peripheral part of Asia. It is Asia, man. You see? It is Asia. That's Europe, let alone the so-called Great Britain, man. And the Great Britain, so-called Great Britain, is irrelevant, man, when it comes to the influence on the geopolitical, how the geopolitical outcome. When you mention the countries which, when they flex their muscles, they can influence the geopolitical outcome. Great Britain is irrelevant. Not just Great Britain, NATO as a whole, man. If you take America out of that equation, NATO as a whole is irrelevant. And right now, the European Union is caught in the middle between Eurasia and the Pax Americana, man. Eurasia and the Pax Americana. Great Britain, it is defunct, man. Defunct. What I mean by defunct, it got no tooth. It got no power. You see, this megalomaniac weak Edomite are posing here like Great Britain is still an empire, like it is still relevant on the geopolitical, it's still relevant on the world stage, man. There is a comment here, it say Britain posing as a world power is a pure comedy at this point, man. Of course, it is pure comedy. They put up an ultimatum, flexing some mass on Russia, saying the Russian black fleet ain't gonna sail on the English Channel, and Russia said F you, man, with a middle finger is there. You see? And the Great Britain, it is, I think it is naval destroyer. It got hit by Hezbollah, man. You see? It got hit by Hezbollah. Here is the news, man. Hezbollah minister mistakenly hit British war of Lebanon, triggering first NATO direct naval crisis in Eastern Mediterranean. It was hit on the Eastern Mediterranean, man. You see? Another point to prove, man, this Edomite are losing power, man. The only country which is at least holding it together is America, man. And America is about to lose its grip on the world stage, man. It can't even do nothing to Iran, man. It can't even do nothing to Yemen. You see, Trump, when is the Houthi, not even the whole Yemen, the Houthi, when you go and look at the map, the Houthi, they control a very small portion of Yemen, near the Golden Triangle, where the Al-Mandab Strait is, man. That's where they control. And they crossed the Red Sea in the Al-Mandab Strait, which opened up to the Al-Mandab Strait. They crossed it. And America went there to flex muscle, which are not even muscle. This is a muscle on steroid, man. They couldn't open it. They had to run away. The Abraham Lincoln got struck by the Houthi, and they said, "Oh, we're just saying no." You see, this is a people losing power right here. This is a people which is through. If you people still this people, they look at Esau like he's a god. Your God is losing power, man. Your God is through. Great Britain, in which everybody wanted to be in Britain, man, you see, is through. You see? Within a couple of months or a year, that whole continent, that's a whole teeny continent, irrelevant continent will be through. You see? So, let me get a scripture here. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. You see? And actually it came to a point that Esau actually thought he is a god, man. You see? You see? He thought he is a god. He thought he have a say in creation, man. You see? Let me see. This is Isaiah 14:11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, man. See? What's the meaning of pomp, man? hubris. You see? Arrogance. You see? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy viol, the worm is spread and the worm covers. You see? This Edomite empire, the worm have spread. You see? There is corrosion, because any empire is built based upon power structure. You see? And when you consider a power structure, when you build, you say you build a building, you elect what we call beam, which holds the building together. That's where that building get its power. When those beams are corroded, the whole building comes down. That's the meaning of a power structure. You see? They hold this empire together. When there is a corrosion, what does it mean? It's an end of an empire. You see? Let me see. This is Isaiah 2. I haven't brought this scripture in a long time, man. You see? I mean, really a long time, man. We used to bring this scripture a lot. Isaiah 2, starting in verse 10. Enter into the lock and hide thee in the dusty, for the fear of the Lord Hashem Yashai, for the glory of his majesty. The lofty roof of a man shall be humbled. And this is just the beginning, man. You see? Esau is out of the window. You see, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord Hashem Yashai alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord Hashem Yashai force shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. You see, and upon all the cedars of Lebanon that are high, going to the elite, and lifted up upon all the oaks of Bashan. So there is two types of oak of Bashan, the elect on the left hand side and the right hand side. See? You see? So this was a quick video, man, going to Esau and his kingdom. I hope you were edified. On to the next.